Welcome everyone. Today we are going to see Civics for 7th standard. We will be learning chapter number 2, Preamble to the Constitution. So let's begin with this preamble to the Constitution. Now you can see one picture. Now what is this? You must have familiar with that. Actually, the preamble to the Constitution of India is a brief introductory statement that sets out guidelines which guide the people of the nation and to present the principles of the Constitution and to indicate the source from which the document derives its authority and meaning. And it also reflects the hopes and aspirations of the people. The preamble can be referred to as the preface. That is very important word, students. Preface. Okay. Preamble is what? Preface, which highlights the entire constitution. It was adopted on 26th November 1949 by the Constituent Assembly and came into effect on 26th January 1950. Celebrated as the Republic Day in India. Preamble was made in 1947 but adopted in 1949. So preamble is what? Preface. Okay, so it highlights the entire constitution. Now in civic subject we understand what is rules and regulations which we have to follow. And civic lesson is civic subject is very important to comprehend the concept. As a citizen, we understand our authorities, our duties, our obligations, responsibilities. So that is why Constitution is a main part of our life. It is related to everyone's life because we get all rights, written in the Constitution. So students, we are going to see what is preamble in this lesson that we are going to learn. So let's start with our first paragraph. I read. Please pay attention everyone. Our constitution is the fundamental and the highest law of the land. There are definite aims or purposes in making in law, any law. Basic provisions in the law are made after clarifying these objectives. A systematic arrangement of all the aims and objectives of a law is the preface to the law. The preface to the Indian Constitution is called the preamble. The preamble sets out the objectives of our Constitution. See, the preface to the Indian Constitution, it is called as a preamble. And the preamble sets out the objectives of our Constitution. That is main important thing. And this is our fundamental and highest law of the land. Got it everyone? We all are Indian citizens. The preamble tells us what we all have to achieve as a people. The values, thoughts and ideas in it are noble. The entire constitution lays down the provisions through which these goals are to be realized. The preamble begins with the words, "We, the people of India." It talks about the resolve of the Indians to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So now let's begin with the first point, sovereign state. Each of these, India was ruled by Britain for a long period. We all have known about this. The British rule ended on 15th August 1947. Our country became independent. India became sovereign. We are now free to take decisions as we think fit in our own country. The word sovereign means that a state is not under the control of a foreign power. Means we are totally independent. We are totally free from all restrictions from other powers. Now we are free to take our own decisions. Got it? The most important goal of our freedom struggle was to acquire sovereignty. Sovereignty means the ultimate authority to govern yourself. In a democracy, sovereignty rests with the people. The people elect their representatives and grant them the permission to exercise sovereign authority on their behalf. Thus, the Constitution reflects the principle of popular sovereignty, and the government elected by the people makes laws on behalf of the people. Now, it is means power to the people which is given by the government. So, sovereignty means what? The ultimate authority to govern yourself. Now, next point is socialist state. A socialist state is such a state where the gap between the rich and the poor is minimum. All have right over the wealth of the country. It is ensured that wealth is not concentrated in the hands of a few people. Next point is secular state. The preamble states secularism as one of our goals. In a secular state, all religions are considered as equal. Secular means all religions are considered as equal. No any discriminancy between men, women, rich, poor, means no partiality between them. No one religion is considered to be the state religion. The citizens are free to follow their own religion. State cannot discriminate among citizens on the basis of religion. Now in this slide you can see we are one. This slide shows us we are one. Hinduism are there, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Islam, Christianity. Means suppose a person is from Hinduism, then that person is free to follow his own religion. Okay, suppose you are from Jainism or Buddhism, so you are also free. Citizens are free to follow their own religions. You will not get discriminated by others. Secular state says like that. After independence, you can see India, the land of secularism. We are free from restrictions. Next point is democratic state. In a democracy, the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. Government makes decisions and draws up policies in keeping with the people's wishes. Government has to take important financial, social, and other decisions to promote common welfare. All the people are not able to come together and take such decisions on a day-to-day basis. Therefore, elections are conducted after a fixed period when voters elect their representatives. These representatives sit in the institutions created by the constitution like the parliament or legislature and the executive. They take decisions for the entire population as per the procedure laid down by the constitution. See students, we should know what is democratic state. Now in a democratic India, in a democratic state, the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. That is very important thing. Sovereign power is in the hands of the people. Government makes decision and draws up a policy in keeping with the people's wishes. Means people, whatever people wants, they put forth in front of government and accordingly they makes their decision. Government has to take important financial, social and other decisions also to promote common people's welfare. all the people are not able to come together, so that is why they take such a decisions on day to day basis. So therefore elections are conducted after the fixed period when voters elect their representatives. Got it everyone? So that is why we also give vote. In democracy we can elect a person, elect a representative by giving our vote. Okay, so that is very important thing that we have got this right. Students, we will see further part in next module. Thank you.